Salutations everyone, this is Razor giving you guys another tournament recap and analysis. This time we're going over CEO, the prelude to the end of the PGR yearly rankings, and of course, EVO. So, once again, we have Zero as your champion, handling business. He is now just beating pretty much everybody. Well, he has beaten everybody that has given him recent troubles or, troubles from a year ago. He just beaten everybody pretty handily as well outside of those close sets that he's had with Ally. He looks poised to continue this streak as he takes CEO in grand finals against MKLeo 3-1, all with the Diddy. He knew after his last defeat that he's got to stick with Diddy. Diddy's what's going to get him there. Maybe he'll pull out the Lucina again against Ally, but Diddy's what won him grand finals, and Diddy is going to win, not Cloud, not Lucina, not Captain Falcon. It's going to be Diddy, and if he sticks with Diddy, his chances of winning tournaments is pretty darn high. And he did so this time against MKLeo, who of course brought the Cloud, he brought the Marth, he brought the Meta Knight, and a new addition, he brought the Corn. We haven't seen that in an international tournament before, and he did so in grand finals, taking a game off Zero. Then in third place, you have your boy Larry Lur there with the Fox, another strong finish. This guy is still a threat. He can still take a tournament, but hasn't beat Zero in a long time. And then in fourth place, we have Nairo, who Zero gave him the old mollywop back to after that last exchange that they had. And in fifth place, you have Captain Zack with the Bayonetta. He had to pull out the Peach and the Wii Fit in a certain matchup where Bayo wasn't working out, and they did not work out for him either. But nonetheless, another strong showing here in another top 8 result in fifth place, as well as Ken, Japan's top ranked player and his highest finish in an American tournament ever. That wasn't, a MSM. And then rounding out top 8, you have Salem with the Bayonetta, a back-to-back top 8 finishes for him, as well as Mars, who's always sneaking in there every other tournament. So let's look at the tail of the tape for top 8, starting off with Captain Zack versus Mars. Captain Zack continuing his loser's run after being sent there 3-0 by Nairo, having survived against Fallen, Wrath, and Zonodo to make it to top 8. Mars also coming from the loser's side of pools, being sent there 3-0 by Leo early on, and surviving by beating Fatality, Manny, and Renai. Captain Zack is up 2-0 in the head-to-head, winning 2-1 at Genesis and 3-0 at Civil War, you may remember. Spoiler alert, Captain Zack danced after winning, and he was looking to do it again here, as he had that grand entrance to start off top 8 that could not be beat on the Smash 4 side of things, dancing his way down that runway with the dual GameCube controllers. Right out the gate, Captain Zack has the advantage. He got to dance for the crowd, and Mars had to wear actual pants, so Captain Zack is in his element, and Mars is out of his. The mental game is already established. Both characters here can punish very hard and take things off of the top. Both players throwing it down, but it was the fearless, unabashed offense of Captain Zack that determined things. He kept coming at Mars again and again with reckless abandon, and doing so with great success, saying, "Here's my back air, what you gonna do about it?" He finally makes the connection and takes the first stock. Mars isn't able to even things up. Boost kick not quite enough, and Zack gets the witch time short hop bear to down smash for the fab 2-0. Game 2, much of the same, more taunts from Zack and backing it up, and back in Zero suit right off the stage, real quick, another convincing win. Game 3, Mars is able to strike back, but Captain Zack was simply too fast, ruled the aerial game, which is of course key in this matchup since Zero suit is going to have to make things start going in the air, because contested, Bayo will have aerial superiority. Mars couldn't take an early kill, and Zack danced on him. The monstrous 3-0, and Captain Zack moves on. Then on the other side of losers bracket, we have Leo versus Salem. Leo being sent to losers by Larry Lur 3-2 on the reverse 3-0 from Larry. He eliminated DeBuzz 3-2 to make it to top 8 against someone he hasn't done well against in Salem, whom was sent to losers 3-0 by Nairo and beat MVD to punch his ticket to top 8 in a very close set. Salem has the lone win in the head-to-head this year, winning last week at Nairo Saga 3-2, with Leo going with the Marth in that matchup. This time, he elects to go Cloud. Leo was making the Cloud work early in game 1. In this matchup, Leo is going to be going for the enhanced kill power of Cloud to close the gap where his Marth simply couldn't. Salem is going to be looking to not let Leo land and witch twist off stage to get Cloud without limit and to kill at pretty much any percent. With the shield game being quite crucial in this matchup, it was important for Leo to punish Salem's approaches and get juggles going for damage. If Bayo can't get something going and playing from behind early, Salem is going to have a rough time. On the other side, Bayo is going to get more off of the grab game and will force Leo to be more patient, being of course much more of a threat when he's aggressive. Salem was feasting on the climb hazard recovery. Leo wasn't getting anything out of limit. He was forced to burn early and often, got a finishing touch which timed, so down 2-1, Leo makes a character switch. Not Marth, but a different Fire Emblem character, one that we never see outside of pools here in America, Corrin. So how does Salem adjust? Leo is able to be more aggressive here, doesn't have to worry as much about the edge guards. Salem would go out for him, but Leo had the answer with the Dragon Fang to intercept. Salem was truly being zoned out. Leo wasn't getting humongous hits, but was winning neutral time and time again. Outspaced with the side B, damaged by Dragon Fang, Salem doesn't have the tools to beat this counter. Salem kept trying to go out and edgeguard Bayonetta at final stock, was just barely not able to get the witch twist on the up B, which would have killed, but Leo had the immaculate drift to make it back. Leo gets the tipper side B on Salem coming back and forces the game 5, and game 5 was very much Leo's. Corrin had Bayonetta flying again and again into the air. We aren't used to Bayonetta having this much trouble landing, but Leo was mixing in the nairs and the up airs, much like he does with the Cloud on platforms. Salem didn't have a good time coming back to the stage, and playing behind was just too much for this counter pick, and Leo takes it with the most surprising of counters, comes back and wins it 3-2. Then on winner's side, we have Zero versus Ken. Zero took out Lima 2-0, Abadongo 3-2, and Zenodo 3-0 in the Ditto to make it this far. Ken beating Fallen 2-0 and Mr. R 3-0 and sending Renai to losers 3-1. Zero has not lost in this head-to-head, which was just visited last week. Ken doesn't travel much, as you know, and Zero set the tone last week, beating that Sonic 3-0. Zero, not a man to lose very often, and hasn't done so against any Sonic in a long time. He's got to be feeling good in the matchup that he handily took last week. Sonic doesn't have a ton of weaknesses, but the biggest easily being the trouble he has landing, and Diddy is great at turning that problem into a soul-crushing demon. Zero was dictating the pace of the game, which you usually don't see against Sonics, even if they do lose. Zero gave Ken too much pressure to deal with. He never let up for Ken to get space and maybe mix up his approaches a bit more, which of course Sonic really needs to do at this high of a level. Not to say that Ken didn't have anything going. He was able to take the lead in every single game with the first stocks, but Zero never took too much extra credit in the first 4 games, and at times was unhittable upon Ken's respawn, and then he would take a big lead right back. It wasn't until game 3 that Ken was able to keep his lead, and Zero was missing those exchanges where the banana and the aerial was out, and Ken was able to reset things and approach around the banana. Zero wasn't going for the trades and wanted to throw more bananas, and Ken made him pay. And this is kind of a theme that we saw a lot when Zero would start losing stocks, would be pulling banana near ledge way too often. Game 4, Ken had it going. Not much trouble landing on Zero's counter pick to Battlefield. He got a lot of early damage, shielded a lot more intelligently, and almost made the banana not even matter. Ken gets the early lead again with the F smash and seals the convincing 2-stock with the up smash on the left platform. Ken really started to mix things up. Game 5, it's Zero who takes the lead on Omega Midgar. No platforms for Ken to land on here. Zero was again able to make the banana work, but more so this time as a zoning tool, not so much for getting the trip. so he could limit Ken's options and make the ledge a dangerous place no matter where Ken was as he was returning back down. Down 90%, Ken had to be careful going in and couldn't. Zero didn't waste time and takes it with the up tilt. The closest Ken has come, closer than most, but Zero keeps the winners run alive at 3-2. Then on the other side of winners, we have Nairo versus Larry Lur. Nairo beats Raito, Captain Zack, and Salem without dropping a game to get here. Larry Lur punching his ticket to top 8 winners by beating MVD, 6WX, and Leo with that reverse 3-0. The first head-to-head matchup this year for these two, so that's always exciting. Speaking of exciting, 20 seconds in, Nairo gets the boost kick off the top and Fox has fast feet, but he's playing on his back foot very quickly. But what also happens quickly is Larry evening things up, catching ZSS in a flurry of feet all his own, with the back air on the right platform of Town and City. Nairo comes back and Larry is not done crushing it. Larry lost that first stock real quick, but takes the 2 of Nairo's quicker than a melee Fox. Game 2 running it back, and again Nairo takes an early lead, this time with the Nair to the right. Larry down big again, but he's been here before and he's got frequent flyer miles racked up. 2 dares to up smash and Larry is up 2-0. Game 3, and you know what happens by now. Nairo takes another quick first stock, takes advantage of a missed Sakurai combo attempt on an upbeat of his own with the boost kick. However, this was Nairo's smallest lead of the set thus far, but was able to make it big when Larry came back. He doesn't fall quickly right back, and Nairo is able to close it out this time. Game 4, we go into Lilat. Larry looking for some home field advantage, and take advantage he does by taking the first stock for the first time of the set. Larry did a great job at approaching from the air quickly and holding shield on the ground. Nairo wasn't able to keep up with Larry changing gears so quickly and didn't get the Nair openings and very few grabs. Larry's pressure was too much for Nairo to breathe and figure out just what on earth he can do with a Fox moving this optimally, the best in the Zero Suit matchup that I've ever seen. Soft Nair to up smash, and Larry Lur takes one hell of a 3-1. Now back to loser's side, we have Leo and Ken. The rematch from Umebura where Leo had a crazy 2-set win after being sent to losers by Ken, only to take some Mewtwo King coaching all the way to the bracket reset and the win in Umebura. After seeing that, we must be on the lookout for something hype. Ken said that he was going to learn the Meta Knight matchup, but Leo also had some room for improvement from Umebura. So who labbed it better? I'm sure they both prepared with this situation in mind, whether they both won or both lost in winners. Game 1, we have Battlefield. Leo playing with a bit more conviction in the matchup this time around. Probably learning from his mistakes at Umebura on those up air strings. He didn't shuttle loop too early and didn't go for the kill either, but got guaranteed damage. But Ken learned as well. His approaches at Umebura were so easily read, but here he was mixing things up much more out of the spin dash. Ken was doing much better at going for the kill this time around, got a lot more grabs and didn't rely on the same things over and over, as well as being safer back to the stage this time round. Ken takes a close first game and Leo answers right back on Lilat. Shuttle loop off the top and the Nair stage spike for the solid answer back. Leo added another tool to his repertoire in this matchup, and that was the Tornado. This isn't Brawl, we don't see that move, but Leo could finish the up air strings at low percent with Tornado damage, and could Tornado out of the jab with the ledge fall off. Leo is able to get the early kill on stock 2 with the up air to shuttle loop. Maybe you don't take Meta Knight to the lowest ceiling in the game, just a suggestion. Ken was looking to not get caught at the ledge this time around and would recover high or jump off the ledge, and Leo took advantage with the back air, getting the edge guard twice with it and finishes off Ken's run with a 2-stock. The others losers match here is the rematch on winner's side. Nairo sent Zack to losers 3-0. Nairo also beat him at UGC, but Captain Zack won at Greninja Saga, so Zack looking to even things up here in the matchup, but Nairo looking for the double elimination. And Nairo looking to do so in record time. Boost kick off the top and the Nair off stage. Nairo took only 38% and the game didn't take much longer than that. So after losing quicker than a Jigglypuff in a singing contest, Captain Zack goes right to Peach, starting off strong but only for about 15 seconds as Nairo gets the flip kick spike edge guard. You can float all you want, ZSS is going to give you the boot. And Nairo wasn't going to let that big lead go, and he's up 2-0. Captain Zack then decides that nothing is working, and when you get Zack off Bayonetta, things start to go your way even more so. Zack Game 3 elects to go Wii Fit Trainer, and I can't say I disagree more. He gets an early side B spike to take the first stock real quick, but Wii Fit gets killed off the top so easily from Zero Suit, even more so than others, and Nairo is well aware of that fact. He beats all three of Captain Zack's girls and finishes off the 3-0 quicker than a Metroid Prime 4 teaser reveal. Now in Winners Finals, we have Zero versus Larry Lurr. Can Larry come back to form in the matchup against Zero where he hasn't won since Abadango Saga? Or does Zero go Star Fox Zero on him and kill the franchise? Speaking of garbage motion controls, we start off on Lilat, and things aren't looking good for Larry to start things off. Zero putting Larry on tilt quicker than the stage can, getting the down tilt up smash and spiking the Firefox for a convincing 2-stock. Time after time in this set, Zero was fairing the illusion back to stage, not one time, but 2 times and 3 times to the blast zone or for damage. Combine that recovery on lock and spikeable Firefox, Zero made getting back to the stage for Larry an unwakeable nightmare as he takes game 2 with the back air on Larry coming back to the stage. There's nothing Larry can do to fix Fox's recovery. The best he can do is not get knocked off stage, but doing that against Zero is like dividing by 0. It's impossible. Zero absolutely unequivocally has this matchup now on lockdown. I don't know what Larry can do against Zero now. Fox just simply isn't a character that seems capable of beating Zero anymore, and Donkey Kong obviously isn't the answer. If Larry wants to win a major, he's gonna have to find an answer if he has to face Zero. No answers here, however, as Zero put Larry through the Kobayashi Maru. Another 2-stock in game 3 and the 3-0. Then in loser semis, Nairo versus Leo. Leo has the advantage overall in the matchup 4-2, but Nairo getting the more recent exchanges. Leo goes Cloud in this matchup, obviously Cloud with all that kill power against a light character, but has to be extra careful. Anytime he's knocked off stage, Nairo has like 6 tools to choose from to get him. You could Zair him, you could back air him, you could paralyze him, you could get him with a down smash, you could flip kick that recovery, or you could try to go for a stage spike. So Leo has to be on the attack in this matchup. He can't run away and charge limit. You can't afford to give ZSS stage control and allow her to go after you in the air. Nairo needs to not whiff many grabs, as always, I know, but Cloud will hit you into the clouds if you do it at too high of a percent. And Nairo must also space around Leo's approaches and hit him with the paralyzer or bait out an approach and grab or put Cloud in a text chase situation. Game 1 on Smashville, Nairo takes it in the air early and steamrolls, keeps Leo off the stage again and again, takes a huge 100% lead, throws out the safe paralyzers, and then easily takes game 1, finishing off with a boost kick. Game 2, Leo takes it to FD, a Cloud favorite against light characters with less than stellar landing options. Leo juggled Nairo, and once he got him to the ledge, he shielded Nairo's get up 3 times until Nairo went high and Leo up airs for the kill. And with Rage, Leo is able to get the rare finishing touch and the aerial version at that, killing at 55% for the quick rebuttal and the 2-stock. Game 3, Nairo takes it to Battlefield. He wants those stairways to heaven and protection from the up air upon coming back down. Things were even until the stocks traded out where Leo just held the stage with limit and Nairo never found his opening in, eventually SDing the second stock, successful in running away from Cloud but also running away from the advantage. Game 4, Battlefield, Leo starts off by punishing consecutive tether grab whiffs, gets the up air to fair spike, an early kill on Nairo. Nairo lapped in percent and Leo with Rage catches a landing with dash attack, and Leo wins 3-1 and takes the 5-2 advantage in the matchup. Losers finals, we have Larry Lurr versus Leo. The decisive set 5 in the matchup tied 2-2 after Larry got the reverse 3-0 on winner's side against Leo earlier that day. Leo starts off with Cloud here, and Larry has taken out the rest of the best. Remember, with Fox's fall speed, he can land much better against Cloud than most, but it is still quite light, and Cloud has many tools to catch Fox's recovery. The down tilt and Nair and Blade Beam to catch illusioning back to the ledge, and Fair and Dare to absolutely destroy Firefoxes. So game 1, FD, Larry takes the early percent lead, but Leo brings it back with the tech chases and limit cross lashes just at the right percent for the first Fox stock out of there. Leo was punishing those landings, shielding the dash attack approaches, and takes care of things with limit again, this time sniping the high Firefox with the aerial limit climb hazard. You certainly don't see that every day. Game 2 was a game. Let me tell you, Leo starts off with a 0 to death on Larry, but then Larry reveals his trap card and it's a mirror force, and he gets it right back with a 0 to death of his own. Leo blade beaming the side B and covering the Firefox with the Dare Spike, and then Larry comes back off with the Fair Footstool at 21%, and we're all evened up with one stock left to go. If you're gonna beat Larry, your best bet is gonna be reading and catching the side B, and Leo does just that again with the limit cross slashes. Game 3, more of the same from Leo, reading the illusions and roll-ins with the dash attack and back air for the real quick and rather exciting 3-0 and lead against Larry on the year. So here in Grand Finals, Zero tearing his way through losers and Leo beating everybody else, including the man who sent him to losers. Only one standing in his way, the man to beat, the #1 PGR ranked player at the start of the season and undeniably after the season ends here, no matter the outcome of this Grand Finals. But Leo needs another win against Zero if people are going to restart the argument of these two having some sort of rivalry. Leo coming out as a threat to begin their history with the Marth, but Zero has won every single one since. But some quite close, however. Leo only chooses Cloud now against Diddy, mainly seeing Marth in top 16s only against the Mario Bros nowadays, even though Zero does better against the Clouds of the world as compared to the Marths historically, he still has lost to a couple of Clouds out there, most recently Mr. R's. Game 1 on Town and City, and Zero shows you why he beats this boy like none other in the world. I'm not going to say that Leo was out of position or playing differently, because it was probably just Zero being that good and making Leo look a little out of whack. Zero was picking Leo apart, caught so many landings. Zero did a great job at making Leo think he had space by feigning approaches and then getting a lot of grabs and down tilts. Not many bananas early on, and they necessarily weren't required. Zero could also just stay in shield near the ledge, kind of like Fox. Diddy can just hold shield against Cloud with not much to worry about, but unlike Fox, Diddy can do not only something out of shield, but pretty much almost anything, and there are a lot of amazing options as well, with a lot of guaranteed damage and possible kill setups. Zero did a great job at getting the quick reversals on Leo's approaches, getting perfect pivot grabs to put Cloud in a much terrible position than just going for the straight grab or just a quick back throw, as it were. Zero the best at making you have to burn limit to make it back, and sometimes he still won't let you back. So Zero up 2-0 and Leo goes Corrin. You can understand a character switch here, but the Corrin wasn't certainly expected, but definitely a good idea. Corrin has much better options coming back from the ledge, the side B and the counter especially. Corrin can play around Banana much better and mix up the landings as well. The pins were key in getting around approaches and had the Nair and Dragon Fang to catch those monkey flips. Leo punishes Zero going for the banana pull at the ledge, and Leo gets the tipper dragon lunge to take Zero out, and Leo gets his first lead of the set. Leo gets another 84% extra credit and finishes things off with a pin and kick to take a game. Game 4 Battlefield, and it is unfortunately decided early as Leo dares through the stage for an SD. Look, we've all done it, and that's pretty much all she wrote for Leo's tournament run, as Zero says, "Thank you for the lead, I will punish that to the full extent of the law, and up smash my way to taking CEO Smash 4 Wii U singles." Zero has been absolutely handling anybody that's given him trouble in the past, aside from those close Game 5 wins against Ally, as well as a couple of losses recently, but has done so without much trouble outside of him. We know it surely can happen, but Zero looks poised to continue this streak right into EVO.